When you log into vPost, it will default to the purchase screen. You have different tabs where you can select different transaction types, transaction reports, and you can also customize your vPost screen. On the functions menu, you can choose if you want to use a numeric pad, if you want to use a keyboard pad, if you want to move objects, and you can also set vPost to automatically print receipt after a transaction is approved. You can also select the auto swipe option so you don't have to click the swipe button before swiping a card. On the transaction menu, you can select which transaction type you wish to process. You can do a purchase, you can do a return, which is the same thing as a refund. You can do an AVS only transaction, which is the address verification service. You can do an auth only transaction, which only verifies if the funds are available and holds them, but doesn't actually charge the card. You can do a capture, which would allow you to settle an auth only transaction and also lets you process a voice authorization. You can also void a transaction, but a transaction can only be voided before it closes. Depending on your account setup, not all of these options may be available. On the batch menu, you can see different transaction reports. The transaction list will give you a list of all transactions processed in that current day, and in there you can void a transaction by simply clicking on the void button. You can view a receipt by clicking on the view link. You can print a list, or you can close a batch. To go back to the previous screen, simply click continue. You also have the transaction report where you can also view receipts, print a list, and close batches. Another available report you have is the transaction totals, which gives you total transactions per card type. You can also close a batch from the batch menu by clicking on close batch. To process a transaction, you can either swipe a card or key enter the information. If you have a card reader, click on the swipe button, swipe the card, and fill in the rest of the information. After you have all the information filled in, simply click on the credit card button, and within a few seconds the transaction will process and it will tell you whether it was approved or declined. If it was approved, it will take you to the receipt screen where you can print it. To go back to the home screen, just click continue.